Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. This is the 100th build stream. That's right. We've had a couple other, like our game streams. We had the check-in in San Diego Comic-Con where we just hung out. But this is the 100th time that I will be building model kit or Lego set with you watching, and I'm very, very pleased with that. It's been about a year of streaming. After the first couple weeks, we started doing twice a week instead of just once a week, and I'm thrilled to be doing it. If you're here live in the chat room, why don't you throw the Bear Cave emote out there if you are a subscriber? I got both Bear Cave emotes out there. The Bear Cave emote and the Lego Pat emote are there. Waiting for a few more folks to join us live before we start getting into the build process. Um, this is a special Friday stream because I am out of town tomorrow. So I am streaming tonight. So hopefully, maybe a little less than normal. And some people watching other streams, other things they got to do on a Friday night might not be here. Uh, there is not a 100 emote on Twitch there, Last Brook. Sorry. Oh, I want to give a shout out to Harold, who is hosting. Thank you, Harold, for the host. But yeah, we'll see if a few more people join us. I don't know. It's a Friday night. We don't normally stream on Friday. I try to get the word out, but you never know. Harold's here. Thank you very much, Harold. Thank you for continued support. This shirt is, I might have to retire this shirt. It's getting a little tight on me. But I love my Cuties Killing Video Game shirt. Very, very fan of it. But getting a little tight on the old bot. But yeah, this evening's agenda, I should say, this evening, we will construct our Voltron together to make one big robot. Uh, out of the lines that we built yesterday. We finished building all the lines yesterday. And then we will turn our attention to the other kit that I purchased. One of the other kits I purchased at San Diego Comic Con, which is Vegito, which is spelled differently in the Japanese than in the English, which is fun. But we'll go with the English spelling of Vegito. But yeah, we're hoping a few more people join us. Not sure if they will. Like I said, I don't know how tonight is going to shake out. Do 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Might ditch a little early. Might drop out a little early. If only because I'm getting up at 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time to go get on a plane. So maybe I'll try to get a little more sleep. Oh, we got Jay here. Jam is here. Throwing the Bear Cave emote. Appreciate that. Thank you for that. Just cleaning up this little thing while we do it. Yeah, we're hoping a few more folks pop in, see what's what. But if not, that's cool too. If this is a light, chill stream, it'll make up for yesterday's raid where a bunch of people came in and it was very cool, but it was still a whole lot of people. It was very nice. Will Smith had a raid at the end of his stream, brought a lot of people in. It was very cool and chill of him to do that. Yeah. Let's see. All right, and okay, let's just get into it. Let's build. We're jerking around a little bit here. I'll say, the lovely have subscribers in there. If you're not giving me if you haven't given me a follow yet, and you just come and check out off the Twitter, you're missing out. It's time to give me a good old-fashioned follow, so you know what's going on. Let's get into it. Let's go to the main feed of our Voltron. So, what have we got here? Well, we've got our robots here that I have transformed. I took the front and back legs off of each of these and put on the end caps to go with each one. Now, I did a kind of thing that I think is going to be pretty cool is I got some Ziploc bags, and I put each of the instruction books along with their stickers and the proper legs and the head that you have to take off to put on the head you use for Voltron in each bag. So at the end of this, I'll put the weapons in there as well. So whoever gets this down the line for a giveaway will be able to find the right pieces because they are similar looking. So that way it's broken up. I think that'll be helpful. But let's build our Mega Blaster, which is the weapon pieces from each kit come together to form the blaster. So we've got the red lion's mouth blade and the black lion's cannons from shoulder cannons. We put those on, and we're just kind of assembling it as we go. We will basically, it is all little pieces, all little weapons from each lion combined together into a mega weapon, which is pretty cool. And that goes on like this. And yeah, I mean, this was obviously, they wanted you to buy each single one separately and combine them all. That was the intent of this in Japan, and you get them all here in the U.S., so it's a little different. And then this goes like this. So the pegs. Kind of set this up best I could to make it easy. But yeah, this is the shoulder blaster from Yellow Lion, and the dual shoulder turret from one of the other ones. I can't remember which one had the turret. But yeah, it's basically like pieces of each, and they designed them to come together to make a huge weapon, which is kind of cool. As always, if you're doing any model kit building, you're putting together Lego sets, you're doing anything like that, you're painting minifigs, miniatures. You can always tweet those at me at Pat Baer on Twitter, or join the Discord, my Discord, which I'll have a link to in the show description, as well as link that out later. Yeah, feel free to post those there. I love seeing what people are working on. Some people work as they watch. Some people, like to build along with me, which is rad. And other folks just, they work on their own schedule, on their own time. But I like seeing it. I like seeing when people work on stuff. It's cool. All right. And all we have left is, this goes on the bottom of that. This, okay. I don't know why it does that. That's weird. Pardon me here. And that goes like that. I think that's just to get it in there. It doesn't really make any sense, but whatever. Some of it doesn't make sense. That's part of it. I had a really nice, easy Friday today. Very laid back. Didn't do anything because I'm going to be going away for a couple of days. So I wanted to take things easy and be relaxed before I have the hustle and bustle of travel and seeing my parents and seeing a lot of their friends and all of that. So here's the Mega Blaster. We complete the Mega Blaster. It's time to put our line together. Let's see. We'll turn this over. Let's see here. They think you should do the legs first. So I've got this. This is the exclusive. By buying it all together, you get this kind of cool bent. I forget exactly what they call it, but it's the sword. But it's kind of got an energy saber to it. Energy beam weapon. How do I blare music over Twitch chat? I'm not quite sure what you mean, Lashbrook. Do you want to kick out the jams for everyone? You could link to a song you're listening to and let people know, I guess. That's what you're listening to. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Because I certainly can't play music. Because then it might ping a copyright. And I can't have that on my live streams. Unless I just went with music that wasn't going to ping a copyright. All right, and let's put our legs in here. The background music for forming Voltron. Ah, I understand. Now I understand what you mean. Well, you could take this clip. You could save it as a clip. Download that clip and add your music in later. You're certainly welcome to do that. And here is our Voltron. We've got our weapons here. Comes together pretty easy. Like I said, I'm going to take it apart and put the pieces where the pieces go. The legs are not wide enough for this. This is kind of silly, as you can see. the legs don't really work perfectly. Um, it's not the blue line. The black line isn't wide enough, honestly. But I think it looks pretty cool like this. All the little lions. And then you have the other weapon, so you can take this off. And you can take this off. Let's just do that. Pop out that. Replace it. Wait, it's that's not the right one. You should replace the shield with it. Put the sword back in his mouth. But yeah, this was a fun kit to do. I'm very pleased with it. I think the weapon, this Mega Blaster thing, is very stupid in a very fun way. No, that's not the right way either. Whatever. I got the blaster. You could attach that if you wanted to. I don't want it right now. I was right. That was the right head to do it on. But yeah, got the blaster. Got that. It does look cool. You're right, Lashbrook. It does look cool. We'll get it so the overhead shot can really dig into it. Because the front-on shot is going to do some weird stuff with... Yeah, I do like that. That is an unintended element to this, is that the yellow on the blade, my webcam, is trying to green screen out. And I think that's pretty cool. It doesn't... It also green screens out the green arm. So it's like missing an arm, sort of. Maybe. That's pretty funny. That obviously won't be in the photo I take. But yeah, so I'm going to, I'll take this apart. I'll put each lion back in its proper bag. It'll just be a little easier for whoever ends up getting this in the future. But I'm going to save it like this for now because I got to take a photo of it after the stream and post the photo to my Discord and also to, Twitter once this is done. So we'll put this here. It goes over there. And now it's time to build a Vegito. Put it down there. Let me get my tools. We got our snipper clips. We got our coarse standing stick, which we use very rarely, but it's helpful to have. We've got our spongers and our other things that you normally would use for repair for like a smartphone, but work very well for things like this. So we've got all those. Put those aside. Don't really use those as much. We've got one sticker to apply. So we'll probably use the sponger to apply the sticker for Vegito. Because we got to put Vegito's mouth in there. You can see Vegito's mouth sticker right there. So that's the only sticker we have to apply on this kit, which is pretty great. Because when Vegeta and Goku use the earrings to combine together, they do not have any affiliation with any school. So their clothing suddenly doesn't have like any mask of like who they belong to. But yeah, we've seen these kits before. You should be well aware of what these look like. As I said, this kit is an exclusive here in the U.S. for a while. Eventually, it'll be out in Japan. But for a bit, this is a U.S. thing, which is pretty cool. Just gonna put like that. And we'll start with the head. Build the head together. But I am going to tweet out that we're starting on a Vegito, so that maybe some folks will want to join us, because it is pretty chill with y'all right now. And go to profile and writing. That. I'm just going to type here and here. You can see me poorly type. Starting on the Vegito action figure model kit. No one taught me how to type. I learned myself, and I learned poorly, which is fine. But yeah, so I'm going to continue what I've been doing the past couple weeks, which is I'm going to build in this area here. I'm going to have the instructions there. And that's mostly to keep my arms from touching the instructions because they are a sweaty mess. And trying to keep things clean and cool. But yeah, hopefully a few more people will join us. If not, chat's pretty tired, pretty laid back, pretty relaxed right now, which is totally fine. I will do my best to keep the conversation going on my end. I did obviously stream yesterday, so I am didn't really do a lot between those 2 days, but I will think of things to say. Give a second here. Oh, we got here. Will Smith is now hosting the stream. Very nice of Will. Always awesome of him for doing so. Okay, so that's 15. So yeah, so we're building the head here of Vegito. I also learned how to type weird. I was using a computer way before typing class in high school, and that opened up with like whatever. Yes, the home row. Yeah, I mean, yes. I learned it's not hunt and peck. I know where the keys are. I just don't use all of the available fingers, which I should. I don't, and that means that I type strangely. I type pretty fast. But I'll make a lot of errors. I often type faster than I'm thinking, which is not good. But yeah, I've certainly been known to type pretty quickly. And yeah, I wish I had learned properly, but I didn't, and I'm no interest in learning now. It is what it is. I get the job done. And also, I'm typing on a phone a lot too, so whatever. We all learn differently and wrongly. All right, so we are building our Vegito head. As the course of this build goes, I will talk a bit about Vegito, which is there are two types of fusion in the world of Dragon Ball and its various sequels: Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. But basically, the idea is two people come together. One, you can do the fusion dance, which is basically until you run out of energy. You do the fusion dance. You combine together. You are a combination. You basically speak. You hear both voices when you speak, and you're kind of agreeing. You're both kind of in there, kind of aware what's going on. That is Gotenks, Trunks, and Goten combined together is the classic example of that. And there's also Gogeta, which is Vegeta and Goku. That didn't work too great because they don't get along that well. The other way, which gives you Vegito, is to take earrings from a Supreme Kai. A Supreme Kai's earrings, I believe it's Supreme Kai, it's one of the Kais. It's not King Kai, it's one of the other Kais. You get a Kai, grab their earrings, connect them together, and you fuse together forever. The idea is forever. Now that's been proven to not be forever. And it was actually kind of weird when it looked like Goku might fuse with Gohan, because it was like, well, you're gonna permanently fuse with your son? That seems complicated and weird. But that didn't happen. So, and then even after the fact, turned out to not be that big of a deal, thankfully. 16, 6th grade. But yeah, it's good for them that ended up not being a big problem, because it could have been. This whole fusion thing. Fusion is kind of a fun idea. I mean, there was a lot of jokes with Goten that he's still not as powerful as other Saiyans. It's two Saiyans fused together, still not super powerful because they're young people that do it, so it doesn't really help anything. But yeah, you basically, and it is, I guess the rings fusion is a little bit similar to how Namekians can fuse together and either choose to incorporate each other's personalities or not. Like the fighter Nails, the Namekian Nails fuses with who is he fused with? Oh, he fuses with Piccolo. And Piccolo's like, I don't want your like memories in my head. And the guy's like, fine, just take my powers, okay. So Nails just isn't really doing anything in there, so it's okay. All right, so most likely we have two different faces. You can see right there. We got two different faces. So we're gonna build two different heads. One that's gonna be yelling and one that's gonna be smirking. So we'll have options for heads for Vegito, which will be fun. We've done a few of these now. I like them. I have a Trunks that I'm not in a huge rush to do, but at some point I will do Trunks. Um, because I think Trunks is a cool future Trunks, I should say. Future Trunks, because I think Future Trunks is cool. Uh, H10. Yeah. Um, so I guess you could paint this. There's the action pose here is Vegito shooting a beam of light into Kid Boo. You can see Boo right there, really messed up Boo with a hole in it, which is kind of fun. But they didn't paint it. That's up to us, I guess, which means it won't happen because that's not my deal, as you know. All right, so put these on here. Put this on here. The kind of fun thing about these kits is I don't always quite know what's happening with it. And then it all kind of comes together and makes more sense. But basically, we use this whole green backplate here, which you can't see in there, but in there, just for the eyes of Goku or Vegito, I should say, which is pretty fun. All right, and then we put H13 on there. Boom, no paint needed. Yeah, he turned into a ghost. You're right. He turned into just a blob of white. Boom, we're done. Good call, Asbrook. You know what's up. And we'll take that head out right now, but we'll use this head first. Into smirking Vegito. Yeah, so this box spells it Vegetto, and the U.S. subtitle and dub refers to Vegito as Vegito, and so I guess we're going with that. And it is weird because there should be a K in there somewhere because Vegeta still calls Goku Kakarot and never not does that. So it's kind of odd that he doesn't. All right, so we've got smirking face right there, and now we're gonna build yelling mouth, which is going to involve our only sticker. So we'll get that out of the way, which is good. So we need H9. The weirdest one I did is when I did Krillin. For a while there, I had this thing with bumps, and I was like, "What's all these bumps? Is this his brain?" And it turned out they were the 6 dots in his head, were like pushing through the forehead, and I was like, "That's creepy and weird." It was a weird reveal. But that Krillin figure is fun because one of his expressions is shocked that a girl kissed him, literally, because he's holding the self-destruct button for the androids. All right, and then we got our eyebrows and our mouth, and now we're going to attach one sticker. Just got to do the one. I'm going to get my sponger and use that, and we'll do our best. Isk is now hosting. Thank you very much, Isk. I appreciate that. Thank you for the host. So yeah, so we've got a very tiny mouth sticker that we're going to do our best to apply. So I don't usually do stickers, but since it's just the one and the mouth, I felt like I usually give it a go on these. Or if it's like King Kai's symbol or Master Roshi's symbol, I'll give that a go for a uniform. Alright. It's a little off center, but it's not terrible. It won't look bad when I put it all together. And then we can get rid of that. I don't need that. And then we'll put angry mouth here. Those just joining, we are doing Vegito, which is the earring fusion form of Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball. This kit I bought in San Diego Comic-Con. It's now starting to appear in Japan, but for a while it was only a convention exclusive. I was happy to pick it up, and I'm excited to build it here. But yeah, so I could have done a better job with that sticker. Really hard to see on that one because of the green screen. But sticker's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Let's go with smirking face anyway, so we don't have to look at that sticker. We'll put this in the box, and then we'll put this on our head here. We can swap it on with the other one, and then we'll put our forehead piece on. And a little bit of hair just here on the forehead. A little bit of Goku. Just to show off a little bit. It's good color, good color. All right, so that is the head. We have now completed the head. As I said, we're using the smirking Goku head, which you want to look up to look at because of the green screen. Push these aside so we don't look at them in the corner. And then we can move on, and we will start working on the body. I do think we'll actually probably finish this on this stream. If not, finish it completely. We'll get very close, but I think we might have finished it because these are not super complicated. These are usually one-stream builds. It's just about a matter of getting it done. You know, once I start building, they all kind of come together pretty quickly. And I have done these a bunch. So we'll need some C's and a D and B. One thing I will say is that as weird is for some reason, they usually these sheets are different numbers, so you can find them. And this one, for some reason, there's two sheets with B, and they are vastly different. I don't quite know why. I think maybe at the end I'll find out, but it's weird. I think it is that this is like an extra thing where you can replace some of the pieces with different color scheme. But I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that. It's weird. But yeah, whatever. We'll still get it done here. I've been trying decals more, but the last kit I did had ones that were supposed to wrap around square objects, and I just noped out. Yeah, I mean, even the ones I had to do for like boots for like Goku and a lot of the this kit, luckily it's got white on white and doesn't have stripes, but a lot of the stickers we're gonna look back and just go, Pat, what were you doing? Like, if anybody gets those kits and wants to reapply those stickers, please don't hold out on my account. I did a bad job. I'm not great with it, and I know that, which is why you don't see any stickers on any of the Voltron Lions, because I know I'm not good at it. So I chose not to do it. All right. Sorry, yawning a little bit there. Apologize for that. I am a little sleepy. Not too bad, though. Right. That goes in there. That goes in there. This goes here. And then this goes in this. Alright, so we got a head here. Oh. Put it in wrong. Now it's in right. Great. So we've got our head. Chest there, and then push this on over this. Working with our pale skin here for Vegito. Alright, so that's good. Now we can work on our next piece here, which is C2. Great. Lashbrook asks, does the kit come with blue hair as an option, or is that a separate kit? No, Lashbrook, that's a separate kit. Super Saiyan Blue Vegito is a different kit because they want you to buy it. His costume might be slightly altered. They might do something a little different with the costume. But no, Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, and Super Saiyan God Goku are two different things. Like, no, they want you to buy the other one. Believe me. Because you can also just buy, like, obviously, Goku's hair is different between just like chillin' Goku and that. But yeah, no, they like this one comes with different expressions. This one has a different beam attack. There are differences beyond just the hey buy this the way we want you to buy this method, but it is also pretty clear that they want you to buy multiples. You're not going to get a Trunks that is Purple Hair Trunks and Super Saiyan Trunks. You're going to buy those separately. And they'll have different accessories and build types and all that. There's also the Time Machine, which is huge, which I don't think I'm ever going to have, but is a very nice big kit. And I do have Vegeta in a capsule, a spaceship capsule, on my Amazon wish list. I think it's like $50 right now, which is a lot. So, you know, that's there, though. I'd love to do that kit someday. I believe Mr. Dan Reichert has that kit. We've discussed that before. He was gifted it and has never put together a model kit. Maybe someday we'll do it together. We've talked about that. A series where I painstakingly and as sweet and nice as possible teach Dan how to put together a model kit. I think it will be very fun. If only so that he could then tell Vinny that he's an expert in doing it. I'm not saying that's ever going to happen, but it is something that he and I have briefly chatted about because I think that would be very fun. And he does have a kit that he'd like to build. So maybe someday we'll both find the time and energy to make that happen. Okay, if I do stuff over here, you can see. Great. This and this. But yeah, I enjoy these kits. They're pretty straightforward. This one was a little pricey because it is pretty much an exclusive, although now it's going to be probably cheaper as it gets easier to find. And as the movie ramps up, the interest in these shows grows more and more. People are starting to hit their nostalgia pretty hard for Dragon Ball, which is pretty fun. Okay. So now we add that to D6. It's here. This is D6. Putting together a little bit more of our kit as we go. Our first bit of orange in this kit. So that's cool. Right now, it doesn't look like he's wearing a shirt. It looks like he's wearing a bandana, which I find funny. The idea of either of those characters in a bandana. I find that pretty amusing. A neckerchief like 17. That's pretty fun. All right. So that. Sometimes this construction is pretty weird. Like these are the shoulders, and they look like I don't know what they look like, but it's weird. It's a weird construction. So the shoulders are going to be connected by such tiny amount of material. Whatever. They did the research. They know what's up. Okay. I've done, I think, 2 Gunpla kits with decal stickers before deciding never to use them again. Water slide decals seem intimidating at first, but once I did a couple, I realized how much more forgiving they are than stickers. They make order slides for these Dragon Ball. I don't believe they do. So most of these Dragon Ball kits have very few stickers. This one has one, has the mouth. Usually it's the open mouth is going to be a sticker. And then Goku has, he's wearing uh, the sign for the Kame House on his gi. You're gonna find a few stickers like that. Occasionally, you're gonna have things for the boots, and those are gonna be thin. Those are actual just stickers. Now, for me, for my money, it's time to apply stuff. The only thing that actually, honestly, works out well for me is decals for Lego sets. Lego decals. If you're using like a sponger or anything with an edge, an X-Acto knife, you can really pull those off and put them back on several times, and it's incredibly forgiving. I've messed around with those a lot, and that is, I think, honestly, like best case scenario for me as far as actually getting like something to look halfway decent. Um, I've done you get them wet to apply, wait for them to dry kind of stickers before, and I've had okay success with those, but it's also been difficult. I'm just not great. I don't have a great. I have big stubby fingers, and I just don't have the patience, especially here on a stream. Like when I've had issues where an older kit just didn't make sense, and it's just like really kind of going at me. It's been tough. It's been tough to do that with a stream and keep a smile on. So yes, so I'm sure maybe there might be, honestly, I will say this: there might be aftermarket stuff. I'm not taking into account the fact that there could be aftermarket um, sticker applications for these. I don't know that for a fact, but it's certainly possible. I know these kits are fairly popular in Japan, so it's possible that people are making stickers like they did for Transformers and stuff like that after the fact. Alright, so we'll put that there on the front. And then this one going to go on the back. And we're just building our chest up here. This. And. Okay. Go through that. It's kind of a new, I haven't seen this particular piece before. So just taking my time with it, making sure it feels right. Sure it goes on right. This Vegito is going to have a lot of movement. That's kind of the nice thing about these kits is they're not super rigid. There's a lot of give and take to them. They're very good for posing, which I really appreciate. I'll just put that on. Hmm. Okay, I think I did this right. We'll find out if I didn't, but I think I did. But yeah, there's a lot of give and take with these kits, which I appreciate. They're very posable, which is fun. I don't have any Dragon Ball of these on display, but I'm thinking about that. You're right about the Lego stickers. When I did the Force Awakens Falcon, I was able to pull off. Well, yes, yeah, I did the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon. That's probably the biggest Lego kit we've ever done on the stream. And yeah, there was a lot of give and take there. Really got to be able to kind of get those right. And they didn't. Yeah, and they didn't really curl up on you. Yeah, they're probably the only decals I'm have any shot at being good with, simply because they're so forgiving. And all right, so now we're just putting the front chest on, but I'm just gonna take my time with it because I haven't assembled this before. And I want to make sure that I'm snapping all these pieces in right. Great, we did it. That's looking real good, real buff. It's a real buff Vegito. Great. Moving along. Sorry, I'm scratching my forehead there. Okay. We did the chest. It is now time to move over to the arms, and then we will attach the arms to the upper body. So we'll do that next. Let's put the head on right now because it's weird. Sometimes it looks weird without it. There. Heck yeah, there he is. Vegito. Put him. You can't see him there. Put him right there. Now you can see him. Now he's looking at you while you look at me. All right, so we're going to do the arms here. We're going to do shoulders down to hands. Pale orange into that. Okay, so this is B, but pale. See, that's the thing. For some reason, by labeling these both B, they're like, oh, B, pale orange. It's like an extra step. Also, this is not pale orange. Don't call this pale orange. That's inaccurate. I believe, anyway. So it's still Gunpla, even if it's not a Gundam. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the not grind style. That's kind of the gist of it. You know, obviously Gunpla, you know, for many people just is synonymous with doing Gundam model kits, but that's not the only kind of kit out there. Obviously, these are also Bandai kits, but there are other companies that make kits as well. You know, I do like the Snap model kit, the Bandai style. Hygarian, thank you for the 100 stream. Thank you. You've been a consistent subscriber, so thank you very much for that, and thanks for being here and jumping in. Yeah, a few more folks have joined us. We're working on Vegito. You can see Vegito here. But yeah, I mean, when people say Gunpla, they're often referring to Gundam and the various Gundam model kits, but the nice thing is there's a world of other kits out there. We've now done a Voltron kit. We have done several of these kits here. We did one. No, yeah, that's it. We've done mostly Gundam. We've done several Dragon Ball kits, and then we've done a Voltron. Got a few other kits here and there. We did a couple Pokemon, a couple of the Pokemon kits. Work bad hours, schedule a lot of your streams, but I always try to check them as much as you can. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that, Hygarian. That is awesome that you're here now. Yeah, as we are in our 100th stream, which is odd for me to say out loud. The idea that I've done 100 of just these build streams that's a lot. You know, we've done our bonus game streams. We've done, like I said, I did my hangout in San Diego pretty recently. I'll probably do another hangout. Do you have 100 models on a shelf next to you? So yes, in my living room, I have right now. I haven't done a count, but I have a lot of model kits. So what I started doing around Christmas time, so basically, yeah, I think January of this year is, December into January is I started giving out kits to subscribers. So now I do that once a month. A current subscriber wins a model kit, and I send them out. And that has decreased my model kit numbers by some, certainly not by enough. And then there are a few that I'm going to keep. There are some that I built off stream before I started doing this regularly when I was just trying to get back into it. And then, like I said, there are going to be a few that I never give up. Like, I don't give up death sights. I love death sights. My perfect grade. I'm never going to give up the perfect grade Wing Zero. It's the only perfect grade I've ever built, and that's staying with me forever. But there is room, you know, like the other kits I am trying to eventually I will get rid of them. Also still have your Shining Gundam on the display shelf. Oh, hi Gary, that's awesome. That's right, you won the Shining Gundam, which is the Shining Gundam was the first Gundam we ever built on stream. I was happy to send that out. Let's see here. So, got to do 2 each 21. Why isn't that piece numbered? Why isn't that piece numbered? Okay, so we'll figure this out. Oh, there it is. All right, so more B. Got it. Yeah, so we're just working on our arm here, top to bottom. These come together pretty easily. And once we do one arm, as always, one arm or one leg, other leg works real well. Yeah, so the plan is at the end of the month when I go to PAX is I won't be doing a build stream, but I will do at least one check-in stream. Most likely on Thursday, I'll do like a stream from the table that I've been setting up for PAX West. I'll do like a check-in, let people know what's going on, give people the first look at the merchandise we'll be selling, that kind of thing. And then that Saturday, I will hopefully do a stream between us selling stuff and starting our actual, because Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is, what is that now? That's 11:30 time Eastern, will be our show for League of Heels. So I won't do a game stream then, but I figured it'd be cool to like check in with people. I pulled a piece I don't need, so I'm gonna leave that aside for a second. That was the wrong piece. I need this piece. But yeah, that's the plan. Is I won't be able to stream it all, do build streams, but I'll do like an hour-long check-in, and maybe have a guest for each one. Just like when everyone leaves and the Wi-Fi works again, just kind of do a like, hey, I'm at the booth, let's hang out. Captain Unnecessary is now following. Thank you for the follow. If you're not following me currently, give a follow. You'll get a notification when I go live. That's the best way to know what's going on. I do try to stream regularly. This is a Friday night stream, which is normally a stream that I do on Saturday nights instead of Friday, but I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I still wanted to stream twice this week, so I'm doing one now. Oh, we got Not Grind Style just subscribed with Twitch Prime, and Doug CL just subscribed with Twitch Prime as well. Duke CL just subscribe. Thank you. Welcome aboard. Throw that Bear Cave emote. Let people know what's up. Twitch Prime is a great way to support me. It acts just like real money. And you just have to auto renew, or you spread the wealth to different people each month if that's how you like to do it. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. We will be taking a break in a few moments, and I'll talk about the ways that people can support, which includes being a subscriber. Yeah, I don't do subscriber goals. I know some people do that thing. They really track it. They really go for the high numbers. They really put a lot of pressure on themselves for that. I'm not about that right now because it's unrealistic that I'll hit any big numbers. Consistency is great. Try to get new people to come in as the old people, did their month, did their 2 months. That's kind of how I like to look at it. I'd love to have more people hang out, more people in the chat, more people watching at home. But I understand how sometimes that's hard, especially because I only do it twice a week. Makes it hard for people. Like they have to. It has to kind of be appointment TV, and that's not a thing that people do anymore. All right. As far as this part will go. All right, we got our arm done. We got our shoulder locked into place. Now, the the piece that was supposed to be like fabric on here doesn't stay on too well. It'll probably stay on better once it's connected to an arm. And let's build a hand, and then we can move on. These are, for some reason, Vegito wears white gloves, which I always found funny. E6 and E8. There's E6. Here's E8. White gloves is white wristbands, white boots, white gloves. It is a look. All right, great. All right, great. I mean, I'm sure that it was important in the black and white era of the manga to make this character stand out. So I'm sure that was part of the reason why it looked like that, so that you could tell who it was. Great. So we got one arm done. We're gonna do the other arm. So not ground style. It's probably easier to animate. There's usually the explanation for yeah. I mean, there are definitely Dragon Ball choices that are. If a Dragon Ball choice is different than how it was in the manga, you're right that usually the answer is it's easier to do uh, because when you're doing a weekly show, it just adds up, like the pace you have to go and the speed you have to go. I mean, oh boy, I've seen some comparisons between the Dragon Ball Super, how it aired live, and then what we see descriptions, and then what it looks like on the Blu-ray. And obviously, the Blu-ray is going to be different for various reasons, but they just like the Blu-ray version. They always go back and clean up scenes, and some of the grossest scenes don't look that bad. I mean, it's not. I would argue that none of Dragon Ball Super is as bad as the worst moments in Naruto Shippuden, because some of Naruto Shippuden is awful looking because they just like were on such a budget and were on such a deadline. They just like ran out of time. They just ran out of time and money for animation, and oof. I haven't seen the Blu-rays of any of that. I have to imagine some of it is cleaned up and looks better, but yikes, some of that looks not good. I don't think, ugh. And especially if you're partial to streaming services, that's how it's going to look to you forever because you're not going to watch it on something else. Uh, that's always the weirdest thing to me about modern anime. That they're redoing the blue. Yeah, I mean it's like the enhanced edition. Like some call it out, some are very honest about it. They're like, "Hey, this is what it looks like," Um, there's a couple scenes for the most part, they keep under budget and they apply different techniques to kind of cover up when they don't have the money, um, or if they want to put money into another episode. For My Hero Academia, who I have not seen the newest episode, so I am behind now on My Hero. I am now going to wait a while on My Hero and try to catch up because I do enjoy watching them a bunch at a time. But anyway, My Hero, I know that there's a couple episodes that they spruced up for later release. But for the most part, that show has been pretty smart about its budget. And try different techniques when they're like, well, we don't really have the money for this. How can we do this still cool? Uh, so it depends on the show. What you're gonna have is you're gonna have a lot of background stuff brought out to minor. A lot of background work is done in Korea and is um, and that a lot of that is hand drawn, like hand drawn backgrounds and that kind of thing. That often is done there. Uh, some animation is done computer generated. Some of it is done hand drawn. Some of it is done digital to look like hand drawn. Um, and then there are series that kind of mesh them together that have like I was like Initial D, the art of all the humans was done um, digitally to look like hand drawn, but all the cars were done computer generated, and that was on purpose to like look different. They so like you're watching this, like if you look in the rear view, if you watch an episode of Initial D and you see the rear view mirror, It's the face in there is animated, but the car is computer generated, and it's a very weird effect. Board says Friday Bear is the best bear. That is a tier 1 sub 7 months in a row from Board. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate your continued support. Uh, Thank you. Yeah, as always. Um, but yeah, I mean, a lot of the animation these days is a mix of different styles. Um, Most of the time, it is computer digital. It is meant to look like hand drawn, but occasionally, sometimes people do hand drawn, like if they know they have enough time for certain effects. And you look at like an anime like Cells at Work, which is a new show, and they're doing like this incredible heavy cell shading on some of the stuff, and then the other stuff they're kind of pulling back the animation style so that some of it stands out and looks strikingly different. That show is fantastic looking and is very fun. I've been talking a lot about Cells at Work. That's one of my favorite shows of this season because you just end up rooting for the human body to like heal and grow and do well, which is just a fun thing to like cheer on this body. I don't know. I find that very fun. Yeah, I mean that show's been solid. There's a few shows that I'm into this season. Um, well, I didn't watch anything from yesterday because nothing new that I've been watching comes out on Friday. Just caught up on a few things. Really took today very easy. I was very happy to do that. Needed it because it's like I'm going away and that's fun, but like it's still tough. Cause still like I'm not gonna sleep much tonight, so it's like losing sleep and all that. Uh, Hungarian was chatting with a best friend. I randomly brought you up. Turns out we both have been following your stuff for a while, and you never mentioned it. That's awesome. I love that Hungarian. That's fucking rad. Um, yeah, sometimes we don't talk with our friends about our online stuff because that's not the kind of friendship you have, and you don't know that they share that interest. That's rad. That's cool. That is fun to hear. Um, I'm gonna drink some water, and I'm gonna put this hand on our Vegito. Great. Vegito is done. Like sometimes I have a friend who the other day retweeted someone that I follow, and I was like, wait, why do you know that person? It turns out they knew them for years, and I was like, that's really weird. I know them for years. What's happening? Let me take a second here, drink some water. It is not as hot tonight as it was last night. I'm not sweating as much as I was, which is great because that was a lot. All right, so we're halfway through our stream. We'll probably do another hour. We'll do a little less than an hour probably because I'm uh, a tired person and I have traveling to do. But let's take a moment here to say, first of all, thank you for watching. I don't say that enough. It's 100 episodes of doing this build stream. I love it so much, and you're a big reason why is because people who've been watching for a year, people who just joined in last month, like runs the gambit, and they're all good people, and I really appreciate you being here. If you're just following, make sure you turn your notifications on so you get notified when I go live. Uh, if you're interested in subscribing, you can use your Twitch coin. If you have Twitch Prime, which is when you link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch account, you can do that. And that's an easy way to support me on the channel. You could use real life money if you wanted to. That's another way to support me, is get a membership here. If you're like, I watch stuff on Twitch, but I don't like supporting Twitch, well, there's Patreon. Not the best choice in the world. I do have a Patreon. I'm trying to hit $150 a month, justify me streaming 3 times a week. Right now, I'm around $100. I'm trying to get to that 150 mark. They're not the best. They moved what country they work out of, and it caused a lot of banks to be like, "This isn't right. What's going on?" And so a bunch of uh, people who are creators on that site lost a bunch of money. I luckily one person got denied, so I'm doing fine. But there's some tiers. There's you can look through. You can win. You not win stuff, but there's some cool bonus stuff there for the different tiers of my Patreon. Worth looking into. I've got an Amazon wish list. My Amazon wish list is a great way to support the channel because I build things that are bought off there. And then people say like, "Hey, you've never built you only build Star Wars Legos." And you're like, "You're right, I do. Here's some other Lego stuff. Maybe you can buy that and then I'll build it." Or a while back somebody said something like, "Hey, would you ever want to build one of those Dragon Ball figures? Put those on." Now I've built several of those. Um, so yeah, and I've got a lot of model kits. I constantly put stuff on there. Sometimes things are on Amazon Prime, sometimes they're not. There's that high grade um, Death Scythe Hell that I've got my eye on. I might just buy that myself, but if people want to buy it, that'd be cool. And at the bottom of my Amazon wish list, there's always like stuff that will be helpful, like a wireless keyboard, so I don't have to use my keyboard. That'd be helpful. I don't need it. A cooler, better webcam. I got two. They work fine. There's a better one. A thing so that I could use Bluetooth. That would be nice for my computer. Don't have a built-in Bluetooth. Then there's also coffee. If you just want to give me a one-time tip, be like, "Hey, Pat Bear, you do good work. Here's $3." You can do that. Goes to my PayPal. It's another way to help me. And I've got my Discord, so it's cool to check out the old Discord. That's a way to support. Yeah, that's my Discord. Please join it. We chat. We post build photos. It's fun. Okay, that's all I had to do there. You're welcome, Hygarian. Thank you for watching. It is my pleasure. I do enjoy this very much. So let's get back into building. We're gonna start working on our legs. So we need C1. I have not done anything with C1 yet. So we'll start doing some C1. Yeah, all we've left now is legs and waist and stuff. So I think if we don't finish it tonight, we're going to get very close. And then next week, we'll finish it off. But we'll start working. 5 and 8. All right, this is 8. Yeah, but like I said, those are just ways to support the streams. I do stream Thursdays and Saturdays normally. This is an extra one. Monday, let me look up the dates. Dates to remember. Monday, August 13th. That's a week and change away. Monday, August 13th is going to be my... No, I'm sorry, not the 13th. The 20th. What am I thinking? Sorry. I'm saying the wrong information immediately. That's terrible of me. Monday, August 20th, 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm doing a build stream. Not bonus stream. Bonus stream. Instead of building, we'll play games. I always do that. I think it'll be fun. My hope is that by then there will be some cool looking mods for Yakuza 0. I own it. It was very inexpensive. I pre-ordered it. It's out, but there are some bugs. So I haven't played it yet. I haven't had time to play it on the PC. I played it. It's one of my top 10 games of the year. So I'm interested in continuing to play it, but right now I need to get them to work out the bugs, and then I will jump back in. But yeah, I thought that'd be fun to like look, and we always play party games. So that's on the 20th. We always play like Jackbox games and stuff like that, and I think people will have fun with it. So C2, 26, and 27. But yeah, I've been trying to give more notice about that because sometimes it's just like people are surprised when suddenly I'm streaming when I don't normally stream, and they're like, "Oh no, is this the game one?" Shoot. So trying to get that out there. Actually, I think the 13th is when my Q&A thing is going to be due. So that's different. My Patreon, one of the benefits of giving just $1 is, one, you're supporting me, and that's cool. That's awesome. It's very nice of people to do that. But the other thing is that if you give even $1, I do a Q&A once a month that's just for my Patreon supporters. This month I'm going to break that a little bit, and I'm going to open it up to anyone that wants to ask me a question. And I'll probably make like a submission thing. People will be able to submit questions. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it particularly yet, but that's the goal. Is I'm going to take questions from anybody, and then make that video available, just as like a way to advertise the fact that I do it for my Patreon, because I don't really do anything to promote my Patreon other than I continue to have it, and I do what I'm supposed to do with it, i.e., send out videos. There's a few people out there that are just like, don't really do anything with their Patreon. They let it slide after a while and just kind of ride it out and see who will still support them. And I'm never going to do that shit. That shit sucks. I don't like that. I want to track down what's going on. It's like, I don't mind it because this person was busy, but like, I give someone $15 a month, and this month for July, they didn't put out any photos. They're like a cosplay person, and they didn't do any photos in July. And I'm like, did they send a message out? Did I miss the message where they said what was up? Because and then I should look and go like, did they charge me for July? That's the actual thing I should do. I'm going to actually do that right now and see if I got charged for that. That's actually I want to look at that. Because if they didn't charge, then that's fine. What? No, yeah, they did. Well, dang. Yeah, they just didn't put any content out, and I just gave them $15. Rude. I call that rude. That's not how I operate my Patreon. My Patreon, people get content. Basically, for $5 a month, you get videos like, I'm recording this, right? I put it on YouTube tomorrow for everybody. Well, I put it out first for my Patreon supporters. So folks that didn't watch it live in person can get access to it before everybody else. It's a small little thing, but I think it's pretty cool. It is a way for me to say thank you to people that are giving me money. Then I need H4. And then people that are $10 get those videos early. And it's also like my panels. Like if I'm recording anything, they get that stuff early as well. And then what else? Is there anything else? Yeah, and then $10 gets that, and then they also get to vote on stuff I make. The order of stuff I build. So I wanted to build this Vegito right after I finished building Voltron. But what I do next, I don't know yet. I'm going to put some options up. I've got something from the Ninjago movies. For Lego, I've got a couple small little kits that I can do in a bundle together. I've got do we need to see here? No, we don't. Okay. Yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff that I could do that I haven't done yet. So I haven't built yet. So I'm like, well, if people want me to do that, I will. And so my $10 will be able to vote. I'll put a bunch of options up, and they get to decide what I build. That's coming up. Pretty soon. I'll jump to that. All right. So we're working on the legs. Working on our feet here. So let's see. B9. right. Would it be 10? Ball joint here. In some ways, these are very similar. It's been very odd to do model kits that are humanoid. It's taken me a little while to get used to that after doing so many Gundams, which, are slightly humanoid, but not really. As we go into the tail end of our stream, we're going to go, we will hopefully go to 11. Might end a little early, but we're going to keep going with it. If there's anything you want to talk about, anything on your mind, please let me know. I love hearing from folks. If there's anything you want me to chat about, as I did just stream yesterday, I am kind of running out of things to say. But, when the chat is quiet, that just means I got to work a little harder, and I don't mind that at all. 3 colors here. I got a flight tomorrow very early in the morning. Got to go out to JFK, and of course the trains are going to be annoying because it's the weekend, so I have to partially take a bus, and I'm not looking forward to that. I don't mind the bus, but I don't like the bus when I am rushing to a place. So I'm going to give myself a lot of time because I can always sleep on the plane. It's a 2-hour flight, so to go see my folks. But a lot of the flight for me, honestly, is like it's so short of a flight that part of it will be me finishing my soda or juice or whatever I'm drinking. But probably, let's be fair, it'll be soda before they come to collect it. Like, it's sometimes the collection is so fast. By the time we get up and we're level, because I land in South Carolina, and then drive to see my folks. But it's the very funny thing of like, by the time it's time to get there, it's like, oh no, I have to, oh yeah, I have to really pound this down. All right, great. We've got one leg done. Hi Gary. No, have you caught up in G1 at all? I'm trying. The weekends are getting my most watching in. This weekend's Evo. And I am writing a reference letter here for a summer student for our office, drinking wine after a long day and watching the stream. It's a good day. Hi Gary, that does sound fun. Lashbrook, I have not caught up on G1. I have been on a kind of like not paying much attention to, in general, to wrestling, even New Japan stuff. I'm gonna get back into it. I will. I know I will. But yeah, I haven't been following. I'm gonna have some time tomorrow. So basically, what happens is I'm going to see my folks. They're having their anniversary party on Sunday. I fly in tomorrow. We stop for lunch. It'll be very nice. We'll have a very swell time at lunch, and then I will just like relax and probably watch streaming video stuff, catch up on some anime, maybe follow some wrestling stuff depending on what's going on. Take a long nap because I'm not going to get much sleep tonight because I have to get up for my early flight, which I shouldn't have booked so early, but whatever, it happens. It was inexpensive, and it was allowed me to fly on JetBlue. So the nice thing about JFK's JetBlue terminal is it's an international terminal. So it is open 24 hours a day, and the security is open 24 hours a day. So if I get there early, I can go in, I can get through security, and then I can just either get breakfast if that's something I want to do, or just go and go to my gate and take a nap and kind of rest up a little bit before I get on the plane, which is very helpful. Options and all that, because the alternative is like waiting at the gate and forming your own kind of like, I'm sure that some people have done this before, where you end up kind of making your own line for security because security hasn't opened yet. You just end up getting in line, or you have to check bags or something. Or there's some airports that like don't turn on the self check-in machines until they're ready to have the things open up. So you're just kind of standing there waiting to maybe give them money at some point, or not money, or just check in, and you're like, well, when can I do this? Uh, so having an airport that's or gates that are open 24 hours a day is very convenient. Also, it means there's a food court. So if I want to have a breakfast when I'm there, I can do that. It's not the worst. There's like there's a couple options that aren't terrible. The Sabaros makes like this breakfast like egg sandwich thing that you can get with marinara sauce that like isn't good, but is filling and like sits in your stomach. And I have found eating one of those, uh, if I'm ever feeling like I'm not tired enough to fall asleep on a plane, but I really want to fall asleep on a plane, I'll say that does the job. That gross thing gets sits in my stomach and makes me want to take a nap. Like I said, it's not great, but it'll do the job. But yeah, that's my plans for this weekend. As I'm going away and see my folks. Um, they retired, and so I only see them, unfortunately, like once a year usually. So I'll be able to see them again, which I'm excited about that because, yeah, it'll be nice to see them and to see their friends and have kind of a relaxing couple days, and then wake up very early on Monday, fly back to New York, go back to my apartment, take a nice little nap, and then go to work. Because that's how we do it. So let's do 13. Let's see, 1. What we got going on here? I was just up 2 to 3 hours last night, so I feel on the lack of sleep front. I had like a 3 hour nap before the stream. I'm kind of contemplating just going right back if it's over. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not going to tell you what to do there. I'm going to try to go to bed. Uh, Basically, as soon as this video is done processing and I can send it out uh, to the fine folks on Patreon, I'm going to try to go to bed. I mean, honestly, going to sleep at midnight means I'm just going to lay and collect my thoughts because I have to get up. Like, I probably should just stay up and leave my, like, take a shower and then just leave my apartment at 3 a.m. But I'm also thinking, like, it's hard to think. Like, if I can actually get the 3 hours of sleep, would that be better than just sleeping on the plane for like an hour? Or would that be worse than just like sleeping on the plane for like an hour? So I have to make that call, and I have not. It's as of right now, I am gonna take a nap. That's the decision I made. Is I'm gonna go to bed, quote unquote, and wake up. But I also could see myself laying there for so long and then just getting up and like sending emails and doing a bunch of shit. That also could end up being what I do. All right, so this goes like this. This goes like this. 25. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure yet. Because the thing is, honestly, like, the plan is to go to bed at like midnight and then wake up at like 3 a.m., which is normally when I go to bed, is like 3 or 4 a.m. So I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work, or if that's gonna work. We'll see. I'm not feeling super confident on that. If that's gonna like actually happen or not. We'll see. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. All right. So then we gotta put this on here. And this one here. And right. And we're almost done with this leg. All right. Now we can build the waist, and we'll put the legs on, and then put the legs together. Yeah. One. Our only blue, like a different, slightly different shade of blue here, which is a call out to Goku's outfit. What got going on here? One of the benefits of being old is I can fall asleep pretty much any time of day. That is helpful. And I wish I was like the people who just instantly fall asleep. Yeah, Lashbrook, I'm like, sometimes I just pass out. But other times it takes a lot out. It takes a long time for me to get to the point uh, where I'm ready to go to bed. Um, I wish that I could, yeah, just like completely zonk out. I'm not like one of those people that the first night in a hotel room I don't sleep at all or anything like that. Like I can usually fall asleep on a new mattress, but I do need to be tired. I can't just sleep because I will myself to do it. Which is why I'm thinking that maybe the best course of action is to after the stream is over, take a shower, get ready to go, and then just hang out and wait for my alarm to go off and just like watch videos on my computer. Load up any. I have one video right now to watch on the plane, but like I said, the plane flight I really don't need. Like between like JetBlue having Wi-Fi, I'm just going to be online like sending emails tomorrow. Uh, Between that and the fact that I just want to have my snack and my drink before they want to take it away, like I don't need a lot for this flight. You know, when I'm doing cross country, I load up my laptop with a ton of video, but I've got like one thing loaded right now on there. Definitely, I'm definitely bad about using devices in bed. Procrastinating has been my game to play before sleep lately. Oh, yeah. I also have my laptop, so I can always put like anime on there if I wanted to on the Crunchyroll app. I just haven't, but I could always do that if that appealed to me. So, let's put this on here. Put our waist on. Put our legs on. And then there's the harness that we would put on if we had a stand for it. The posing stand, we would put something on this, which we're not going to do it here, but which is this. For some reason, this is always complicated, and I don't know why. I know how to do it. Just adding these two pieces together for some reason is always like pulling teeth. I'm never sure why. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this is always so annoying. Shouldn't be. There it goes. So yeah, so we had a stand that would attach to that, and then that would go like here and clip on, and then you could do cool flight stuff with Vegito, but we don't need that because we don't have that stand, and that's not something we're looking to do. I had it for a second, and then this piece popped off again. Like I said, attaching these is for some reason really annoying. I don't know why. So put it in there. And then we've got the Vegito sword. We'll build that. We have other hands we could build. We've got those. Let's build those other hands here real quick. My grandpa would watch the same John Wayne movie 40, 50 times because he would fall asleep at the same spot every time. Do the same thing, but with podcasts. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people have their night rituals. I just kind of like decide it's time to go to sleep. And then as long as my mind isn't truly obsessed with something and won't let it go, I'll fall asleep. And we can. Those are those hands. And then we've got many other hands as well. And we have hands that aren't wearing gloves, which is like, I mean, okay. If we don't want to wear the gloves, we don't have to wear the gloves, but I don't know why we would do that, but I'm going to pull them all out anyway. And there's also a version we can put on here if we like don't want to have a lot of the white. We can replace it with the pale color here. But I like the white gloves. I think they're fun, so we'll leave those. But yeah, there's a lot of customization on this kit. We're gonna build the our like our like the Vegito sword, which is like basically it's like an energy blast, but they like to call it a sword because they fancy. So we can build that, which I think is very silly, but whatever. Put all our hands here. Pull out our messed up Kid Boo. And our hand we need for this. There. So basically they have a hand that exists only for this one thing, which I think is very silly to do. We'll build our stand first here. Vegito Gogeta. Everyone in the Boo Saga figured out how to do more than just shoot beam. Yeah. Oh, which is the better fusion, Gogeta or Vegito? And why is the failed Gotenks? So Chubby Gotenks, the failed Gotenks, is very funny. Um, I would say that is very funny, but so I like Vegito better because it is the full because it's the earring fusion. Because the thing that I don't like the most about all the other ones is them like both having like two voices. I think that's very stupid. And I understand they're the fusion, but I'm like, shut up. Stop having the same stop speaking at the same time. What is this? What's happening right now? Uh I know that's petty that I'm like I hate that part, but I do hate that part. So I think I like Vegito better just because he's not like it's not that overlap of voice actors because it just bothers me. Gogeta might be cooler than Vegito, but I don't know. 5. It's a very jagged plastic, which makes sense that it would be so jagged. All right. This goes like this. This goes in the hand. The hand locks in there. And Vegito is such a dick. Yes. Vegito is a dick because he's got all of Vegeta's like you know thoughts and feelings and all that, but Kakarot kind of agrees because there are times where Goku is a dick. There are times where Goku is so much more powerful or perceives himself to be so much more powerful that he's kind of an asshole. And not in the like I'm bad dad asshole and like a oh I'm awful right now. Why am I like this asshole? So like yeah, that I think Vegito is like the arrogance and confidence of both of them. So I like that. Vegito feels like what Goku would be like if he hadn't lost his memories, if he had like woken up as an evil kid and been like, no, this is what I do. I'm this guy. I'm a big jerk. I don't know. I kind of like that. 6. This is so big. Why is this so big? The Vegito sword. This is huge. This is unnecessarily huge. Um, all right. Look at that. Look at this thing. Look at this energy weapon. Nightmare. Mm-hmm. I missed one here. Missed one. There's go to finish that up. Throw that away. And then connect this where it belongs. Look at this nonsense. This is so silly. I'm like trying to figure out a way to do it so you can see everything in my overhead shot. Like, this is like unbelievable nonsense. There. You can't, like, that's not going to work. Like, literally, the arm just popped off. This is nonsense, and it's great, and I love it. Um, yeah, and then I just have extra pieces on here that are alternates, which is kind of cool. There is some armor here. We can put on some armor if we want to do that, which is fun. There's more flesh-colored stuff if you want to change it up, how it looks. I'm going to take this off because this is silly and just put a fist on. But yeah, if you want to have, there's a lot of optimization in this kit, which is cool, which was a pleasant surprise. And then there's also this really dumb blast thing. So I'm going to put in there. But yeah, that's our, yeah, there's a lot of extra color stuff here to mix things up if that's what you want to do, which is pretty cool. Just gonna snap those so I can save some room here. But yeah, if you want to make him a little bit more Vegeta or a little bit more Goku, you can do that. As far as costume goes, that's pretty neat. I actually think that's really cool that they let you really customize. Like if you want to take off some of this and put on some of Vegeta's armor or add in more orange, you can. I think that's very cool. Uh, but it's like It is very dumb. It is the best kind of dumb. So I appreciate them doing that. All right, I'm actually going to wrap up things here. I know it's early, but like I said, I've got an early flight tomorrow, and I don't have a new kit to start right now. So I'm going to thank you all for joining me on this my 100th stream. I will be back next Saturday, or sorry, next Thursday. Next Thursday. No stream tomorrow, so next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be building. I'll have a new kits to build. I'm going to put a poll up on Monday and let folks be able to vote. So my $10 Patreon are going to vote on what I build next. I have some options for them. I hope they pick Lego because I'd like to do Lego. It's been a while, but like I said, I want to leave it up to them. Um, and I'm going to be taking a photo of these two kits that I built here. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Follow if you're not following. Subscribe. Why not subscribe? You'll be able to support me and my streams. And let me keep doing this. Any money I make through Patreon or this or any of my other various methods goes into buying kits. Uh, but thank you for being here. Thank you, subscribers. It's going to be a nice weekend for me. Thank you for the well wishes on my flight. I think I'm probably going to stay up because I'm like I'm not going to go to bed. I just know it won't work out. But thank you very much and have a great evening. And I'll see you all later. Bye.